What is going on? What is poppin' YouTube world? My name is Ghiman Mckinney, or you can just call me Juice because that is my nickname. I appreciate you guys for watching this video today. Be sure to smash this like button right about now, as it does help these videos get to the public and my channel to grow overall. Subscribe to the channel if you're new as well. I do post a ton of great sports videos weekly and almost every single day if I can, and turn on post notifications too, so you do not miss a single one of those videos that I post. Is only right, you guys. NFL awards are a couple of days away. Time to hand out my official NFL awards for the 2019-20 NFL season. Who's Rookie of the Year on offense, on defense, who's Defensive Player of the Year, who's NFL MVP, who's Coach of the Year, Comeback Player of the Year, all that great stuff. I got you covered. Let's get started. My Offensive Rookie of the Year is Kyler Murray. Now, I understand that Daniel Jones had a great statistical year. I understand that Josh Jacobs had a great year. A.J. Brown had an excellent season as well. And Terry McLaurin deserves to be applauded for putting up great numbers with not great quarterback play in Washington this year. But I believe Kyler Murray is the Offensive Rookie of the Year this year for a couple reasons. Number one, on offense, he was the most consistent all year. He never missed a game. He played all 16 games. He won 5 games, whereas Daniel Jones only won 3 games. Gardner Minshew did win 6 games. But again, I believe that Kyler Murray was just more dynamic than all the rookies this year from a consistency perspective, okay? He won the most games. He led all rookie quarterbacks in passing yards and rushing yards and completion percentage. He's the second rookie ever at the quarterback position to throw for over 3,500 passing yards and have at least 500 rushing yards. The only other quarterback to do that was Cam Newton. I understand that Daniel Jones had a great rookie season. I think he's second on my list, but I'm going to roll with Kyler Murray over Daniel Jones for Offensive Rookie of the Year. Now up next, my MVP, listen, Russell Wilson and Deshaun Watson, they were as good as you get at the quarterback position in 2019-2020. And I do believe those two quarterbacks are probably arguably the most valuable quarterbacks in the NFL right now. Maybe you throw in Aaron Rodgers, but again, as far as what those two quarterbacks mean to their team, they mean to their team a lot, okay? However, Lamar Jackson means a lot to the Baltimore Ravens as well. He was the most valuable piece to the best rushing attack in the NFL this year. And when it comes to winning MVP, yes, your value matters, but we're not talking about who's the best quarterback. We're talking about who's the most valuable, arguably, and who had the most production. What did you do for me this season? Production matters, guys. And as valuable as Deshaun and Russell Wilson are, I believe that, in my humble opinion, Lamar Jackson's production outweighs those things. He had the best season out of those 3 quarterbacks. He accomplished the most this season. And in my humble opinion, Lamar Jackson had one of the greatest seasons in NFL history. The guy won 14 games, okay? He led the league in touchdown passes and in total touchdowns, okay? He had more rushing yards than Dalvin Cook, Todd Gurley, Aaron Jones, Josh Jacobs, Leonard Fournette, and Joe Mixon. If you were to tell me that a quarterback was going to lead the league in touchdown passes and be top 7 in rushing, that's one of the greatest seasons of all time. And he did not play the final game of the year, so his stats would have been even better had he played the final game of the season. So Lamar Jackson is my clear-cut MVP choice. He had a better passer rating than both Deshaun Watson and Russell Wilson, and to me, Lamar Jackson had one of the greatest seasons in NFL history. He's got to be your NFL MVP, and I will be shocked if anyone else outside Lamar Jackson wins NFL MVP this year. Lamar Jackson had a special year, okay? Comeback Player of the Year. Gotta go Ryan Tannehill here. You know, the Tennessee Titans were in the water. Okay, they were buried in the water for a long time. You know, they were 2-4, not looking good under Marcus Mariota. Mike Vrabel makes the change, and Ryan Tannehill goes 6-3 as a starter, 22 touchdowns to only 6 interceptions, a 117.5 passer rating. I mean, I know Derrick Henry was a vital piece to the Titans' success this year, but Ryan Tannehill coming in and being the quarterback that put them over the top was the difference in the Titans' season, okay? They barely squeaked into the playoffs, and Ryan Tannehill was a big reason why they got into the playoffs. Jimmy Garoppolo had a great season as well. He'd probably be second on my list. However, you can make the argument that at times Ryan Tannehill was one of the 5 best quarterbacks in football this year. Just looking at what he did specifically in 2019-2020, he is my comeback player of the year. Shout out to Ryan Tannehill for having his best season this year in Tennessee as a pro. Now, the defensive rookie of the year to me is Nick Bosa, okay? Nick Bosa, he was arguably probably the leader of the best defense in the NFL this year, at least from a rookie perspective, okay? He's the defensive rookie of the year. The 49ers had the best defense in the NFL, in my opinion, this year. That's one of the reasons why they're in the Super Bowl. And he was the one piece that really just truly put them over the top, in my opinion. You know, I know that they went out and signed Alexander from Tampa Bay. I know they went out and got D Ford, but I believe that Nick Bosa was that one true piece that really put this 49ers defense over the top. He had 80 pressures this year. You know, that led all rookies. No other rookie was close, okay? He had 9 sacks, 16 tackles for loss. He had an interception as well to put the cherry on top of the cake, okay? Or I should say the icing, whipped cream, whatever you want to say. Bottom line, Nick Bosa, to me, is my defensive rookie of the year, despite, you know, players like Josh Allen at defensive end and outside linebacker in Jacksonville, and Ed Oliver in Houston in Buffalo having a great season, okay? Now, Michael Thomas, to me, is my offensive player of the year. You know, he broke Marvin Harrison's reception record with 1 game left to spare, so he broke it in week 16, and he still had 1 more game left to play. So Michael Thomas just had a special year at the wide receiver position, okay? Listen, Drew Brees missed 5 games this year. It did not matter. I love Teddy Bridgewater. I think Teddy Bridgewater can be a franchise quarterback. Maybe not win you a Super Bowl, maybe not take you over the top, but again, Teddy Bridgewater is a capable quarterback, but he is not Drew Brees. And the fact that Michael Thomas put up these kind of numbers, he led the league in receptions and, you know, receiving yards, 149 receptions, 1,725 yards, that led the NFL. Everyone knew the ball was going to Michael Thomas this year, okay? Outside of Jared Cook and Laquan Treadmill and Tegan Jr., who else is on that team? I mean, Michael Thomas was one of the MVPs of the league as far as his value goes to the Saints this year, okay? Michael Thomas had one of the best years that I've ever seen at the wide receiver position in a long time. He is my offensive player of the year. Now, as far as defensive player of the year goes, I got to go with Stephon Gilmore. Stephon Gilmore has 6 interceptions this year. He returned 2 of them for touchdowns. He had 20 pass deflections, and he only allowed 1 touchdown on the season, okay? You know, and the Patriots finished the year with the best total defense and the #1 scoring defense statistically. So Stephon Gilmore was the best player on one of the best defenses this year. The Patriots defense pretty much carried Tom Brady and that sagging Patriots offense all year. I know Tom Brady is arguably the greatest quarterback of all time, but he did not have a great year. The Patriots offense didn't have a great year. Yet the Patriots found a way to win 12 games this year. Stephon Gilmore was the best player on one of the 2 or 3 best defenses in the NFL this year. He deserves, in my opinion, Defensive Player of the Year over players like Shaquille Barrett, Chandler Jones, TJ Watt, and other players like that, okay? Now, Kyle Shanahan, to me, is my Coach of the Year. Kyle Shanahan gets the nod for Coach of the Year, in my opinion. I so badly wanted to give it to John Harbaugh. I love what Sean McDermott did, you know, developing Josh Allen, making that Buffalo Bills team a playoff team this year. But again, there's a couple reasons why I have Kyle Shanahan as my Coach of the Year and not, per se, maybe John Harbaugh. The reason why is because the 49ers, they went from 4 wins to 13 wins this year. They were arguably the best team wire to wire in football this year, maybe outside the Ravens in the regular season. And let's also not forget, the Baltimore Ravens made the playoffs last year, okay? And while we can say John Harbaugh helped Lamar Jackson, he probably did, but I think that Lamar Jackson, from an individual perspective, improved his game the most. It wasn't necessary that John Harbaugh wasn't a great coach this year. I just got to give Lamar Jackson, who's going to be a league MVP, more credit to the Ravens season. than John Harbaugh, in my opinion, just because he carried them over the top. Lamar Jackson made every single play, every single time in the regular season for the Baltimore Ravens, not in the playoffs, but again, in the regular season, Lamar Jackson was money. Kyle Shanahan is working with Jimmy Garoppolo. He's working with not as great of players in Baltimore at times at certain positions as maybe a John Harbaugh had. So I think that Kyle Shanahan improving what he did from last year, transforming this 49ers team from not even being a playoff team to the Super Bowl and being a Super Bowl contender in the regular season, he gets my nod for Coach of the Year for getting the 49ers to a 13-3 record. So that is pretty much it for this video. Be sure to comment where you agree with me and disagree with me. Love to hear what you guys have to say in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this video today. Be sure to smash this like button right now if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to my channel if you're new as well. I do post a ton of great sports videos weekly and almost every single day if I can. A fun fact about me is I want to go into the sports broadcasting and media world. I want to become one of the next great sports broadcasters and analysts out in the world. Kind of like Colin Cowherd, Stephen A. Smith, Shannon Sharp. You get the point. Okay, I want to do sports, television, and radio for a full living once I graduate from the University of Toledo, a college in Northern Ohio. I currently am a freshman there right now. So the best thing you guys can do to just help me continue to grow as a young broadcaster is to just share this channel with all your friends, because potentially if this channel really gets somewhere, I want to start my own network, okay? Or potentially if it doesn't, or if I fall a little bit short, I want to go into a big time network like ESPN or Fox Sports 1. So the best thing you guys can do to just flat out just help me grow as a broadcaster, help me learn, get other people hip to this channel, just share this channel with all your friends, share this channel on Facebook, share it on Twitter, share it on Instagram, all that good stuff. Also, be sure to follow me on all my social media platforms. And once again, guys, just share this channel with everyone you know. Get everyone hipped and watching these videos. Get my voice out there and heard. Share it on Facebook, share it on Twitter, share it on Instagram, all that good stuff. It's been your boy, Ghiman Mckinney, or you can just call me Juice. I appreciate all you guys for tuning in today. I really do. Have a God bless day. Stay motivated, you guys, and I'm out.